For 4 whole months, these trucks have been the vehicle of choice for these modern gladiators on a dirt arena known as All Out Destruction Tour, all vying for one opportunity, and that's to get here, Season 4 World Finals. For 50 years, Bigfoot has reigned supreme as the king of the monster trucks. Far from the technological marvel in front of you now, World Finals tends to bring out some of the more classic style trucks like Bigfoot 4, USA 1, and Snakebite in attendance tonight. Also, we can crown our Season 4 World Champion. Some drivers couldn't make it, which opened up opportunity for other drivers to become crowned Season 4 World Champion. Who will it be? Stay tuned as we get ready to crown our World Finals champions for All Out Destruction Season 4 on this Christmas holiday. And no better place to hold it than the iconic Thunder Alley. This popular J-turn track is where many legends got their start in World Finals, including Tom Meents, Dennis Anderson, and many more. Tonight at Sam Boyd Stadium, we crown our All Out Destruction Tour Season 4 World Champions in freestyle and racing. Don't go anywhere. We're about to get started.
Lights blaze like stars, the snow's on fire. Engines roll louder, climbing higher. Candy cane streaks in the winter night. Metal and mayhem under Christmas lights. Take the halls with the sound of steel.
That's absolutely incredible! To the final turn they go, and it's gonna be a huge win!
The crowning glory, finale's fury, till the champions stand on this holiday land. The cold bites sharp, but the crowd stays warm, cheering through this Yuletide storm. Jingle bells mixed with the clash of gears, wreaths of glory for the end of the year. Holly and havoc, a festive fight. Triumph gleams in the frosty light. Tinsel trails where the heroes ride. Victory crowned on the mountain.
I gotta tell you, I've seen a lot of things in my life, but I've never seen anything like that.
The crowning glory, a Christmas story, where the strong survive under snow and sky.
Oh no, he's in trouble!
The crowning glory, finale's fury, till the champions stand on this holiday land.
And against all odds, TRT has won freestyle. And it's another big win for Sweats and Gravedigger. And it's his first career win for Little Dew and Amos Moses. Falf has done it. He has dethroned the unbeatable Sweats. And it's Evil Nexus and Son of a Digger's first career double down.
The crowning glory.
And that is a massive win for Bigfoot.
The crowning glory, a Christmas story, where the strong survive under snow and sky.
And here they come roaring down Thunder Alley.
The crowning glory, finale's fury, till the champions stand.
Oh no, it's a one-hit quit.
This holiday land.
And he's done it. He's risen to the top of the mountain one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sam Boyd Stadium, home of the World Finals for All Out Destruction Tour Season 4. It's all come down to this the last several months. Season 4 World Finals has been the planned destination for so many of these drivers, and we are finally here on this Christmas 2025. And I gotta tell you, looking at the racing bracket, we're in for some wild racing tonight. Carolina Crusher, driven by D. Wheeler, he qualified top of the class with the fastest time. He'll be taking on Rod Ryan, our slowest qualifier. Then we have me versus Sweats. Of course, I draw the king of the castle in round number 1. It's just been the story of my whole rookie season, and I'm not going to shy away. I'm going to give it my best. After that, Northern Nightmare versus Wildside. Amos Moses versus Chillin' Villain. TRD Tacoma versus Wolf's Head. Black Pearl versus Gravedigger the Legend. Then Time Flies, driven by L. Wheeler, who wasn't even supposed to be here tonight, ends up getting a berth in World Finals due to some truck breakage. Then we have Helton in Time Flies versus Gravedigger Chicken, who got here by being the fastest loser in LCQ. Carolina Crusher versus Rod Ryan. We're going to get things started off right. D. Wheeler out of Fenton, Michigan, our top qualifier, as I said, going up against our slowest qualifier, Case Riff from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. And we're finally going to get an opportunity to watch some of the Saturday drivers take on some of the Sunday drivers. There's been a lot of back and forth in the pits about which tour has the better drivers, and we're going to be looking to solve that tonight. So Carolina Crusher, again, your top qualifier from the Saturday tour, barely made it into World Finals this season, and he'll be taking on our very own Sunday tour driver, Rod Ryan Show, and Case Riff, who's had a rough route in racing this season. No racing wins for him, and no racing wins for D. Wheeler either, as we get ready to go green for World Finals. And we're off down Thunder Alley for the first time tonight. Into the turn they come. This is a traditional J-hook track, and D. Wheeler just looking very strong, and that's going to be an easy win for Carolina Crusher. Picking up the first win of World Finals, Carolina Crusher and D. Wheeler made it look easy. Tough break for Rod Ryan as that ends his racing World Finals night early. He will be back for freestyle, though. And we're going to jump right into my race with Sweats in round number 1. I had the unlucky number of drawing him round number 1, which has been the story for me all year. Unfortunately, the replay file that I was going to use for the footage of this race got corrupted somehow. So you're not going to get those beautiful transitions that you get on the other people's race, but that's just a part of being the announcer, I guess. And into the turn they go. Both trucks looking good. I did about as good of a turn as I could have, and I did my best against Sweats, but again, there's a reason we call Sweats King of the Castle, and that's because he has only lost twice all season long. So Sweats and Gravedigger, no surprise there, moving on. Bigfoot taking an early exit, but you know what? I did the best I could as we get ready for our next race. Northern Nightmare and Wildside. Wildside, Mile Proto out of Lordminster, Alberta, Canada, against Mr. Luna, Houston, Texas. Wildside, here they come. Same issue with the replay. So you're going to get right after Thunder Alley. Into the turn they go. And Mile Proto looking very strong in that Northern Nightmare truck to start his World Finals. Problems continue for Wildside and Mr. Luna as Northern Nightmare will be moving on. And that's a big win for Mile Proto as we get ready for our next race. Now, I do believe after this, I was able to get proper footage. You know, when you do these events live, which is how I record them live. Sometimes things happen. Amos Moses out of Newport, North Carolina. And Amos Moses has been looking so good. He'll be taking on Cryo Wolf out of Fresno, California. We've seen these guys do battle back and forth all season long on the Sunday Tour. So both drivers are familiar with one another. Amos Moses has gotten the better of Chillin' Villain throughout the season, but can Chillin' Villain turn it around and surprise us and have a World Finals Christmas miracle? Amos Moses and Little Drew looking to say, no, sir, you are not getting no miracles on 34th Street tonight. I think it's 34th Street. As you see, the drivers are staged with our new lighting system provided by Nuts. Thank you, Nuts, for helping us out with this. As we go green, drivers are going to come down Thunder Alley, roaring into the stadium. Into the turn they come. Little Do has a nice lead, and no, Chillin' Villain, even though he is in the cold where he likes it, over-rotates into that turn, giving Amos Moses and Little Do a big win for his World Finals debut. And you know, Little Do is just super excited to get that first win under his belt in his first World Finals. You know, Little and I had told each other during our rookie seasons that as long as we got to World Finals, we'd consider it a successful season, and that's exactly what we did. As we get ready for our next race here, coming to the line, Tatu Valid out of St. Louis, Missouri in that TRD Racing Development Toyota truck. He'll be taking on Wolf's Head from Thomas out of Staunton, Virginia. Thomas will be the first guy to tell you he does struggle in racing. He excels in freestyle. So we'll get a chance to see him in freestyle tonight and see if that's true. But Tay is feeling a lot of pressure, and Thomas does have that ability to show brilliance in racing from time to time. But definitely his hands filled with Toyota and TRD Tatu Valid driving that CRC chassis as they get lined up and ready to go. Let's send them green. And the trucks are off, coming down Thunder Alley. Into the stadium, Tatu Valid and TRD with a huge lead. Into the turn they go. And Thomas does the same thing. So Toyota is going to get an easy win tonight. Tatu Valid moving on. 2 trucks in a row having issues in that red lane. Tough break for Thomas, but he will be back in freestyle. As we continue things right along, time flies for Son of a Digger. L. Wheeler, who wasn't even supposed to be here tonight out of Fenton, Michigan, got here through a series of unfortunate events that happened to other people's trucks. He'll be taking on Evil Nexus in Son of a Digger. Now again, I do film these live, so unfortunately sometimes we have material issues, but I swear that truck, when it comes out of Thunder Alley, will look a lot better. Time flies looking to dethrone Son of a Digger. Both these guys, and girls, I guess I should say, because Elle Wheeler is a female, both battle it out on Saturday all season long. But Elle Wheeler mostly got taken out by Sweats. She hasn't got a lot of opportunities to battle Evil Nexus in Son of a Digger. So this should be a good race here. Unfortunately for Elle Wheeler, she hasn't gotten a lot of practice because she didn't even know she was going to be here tonight. As they come roaring down Thunder Alley, she's looking good into the turn. Can she maintain it? No, she goes wide. Nexus stays close, and that's where that practice really pays off as Son of a Digger's going to move on to the next round. Tough break for Elle Wheeler, but you know what? She'll get her chance to shine in freestyle, as she will be going #1 in freestyle. Tough break, though, for Elle Wheeler. As we move on to the other Time Flies driver, Helton versus Chicken from Flint, Michigan in Gravedigger. And let me show you how he got here. This is his last chance qualifying match between him and the other person who came out of LCQ, Gravedigger the Legend. So these are both of the guys who made it into World Finals, and you can see the race really tight. Both trucks looked really good, but inevitably it was Gravedigger the Legend eking out a victory over Chicken. As you see there, they're ties, but Chicken got fastest loser. And he's going to be taking on Helton in Time Flies, our other Time Flies driver, who's looked very good over on the Sunday Tour. Finished second place behind Phoenix, who's not here tonight, unfortunately, for the Sunday Tour drivers. So we have Helton to hold it down for us Sunday Tour guys as he gets ready to take on Chicken, who's also a Sunday Tour guy. Chicken, a very talented driver in his own right. So this should be a pretty damn good race between these two. As we get going, here they come down Thunder Alley. Both trucks look even into the turn. This one's going to be close. And that's going to be a close one, but a win, it looks like, for Time Flies and Helton. Moving on. Yep, that's going to be a Time Flies victory there. Tough break for Chicken. as he battled back through LCQ just to fall in the first round. Damn good race between the two of them. Let's take a look at the replay real quick. So you see there, it's not like Chicken had a bad run. He just went just a little bit wider than Time Flies, and that's all it took for Helton to pull out a win there. So Helton moving on, keeping his World Finals dreams alive as he heads into round number 2. That's our last race of round number 1. So big time win for Helton. Time for some round 2 action as you take a look at the bracket here in the World Finals. Let's start off with Carolina Crusher D. Wheeler going against the guy who knocked me out in round number 1 and probably is going to knock out a lot of people if I had to guess. Sweats in Gravedigger. Only lost 2 races all season long, and I don't think he plans on adding to that total tonight. D. Wheeler with his hands filled here, but you know what? D. Wheeler, a very strong racer. Anything can happen on these J-hook tracks, and it seems like Sweats had a lot of luck in that red lane there. So we'll see if Sweats can get it done against D. Wheeler and Carolina Crusher as we wait to go green. You can feel the anticipation as D. Wheeler would absolutely love to get a win here. And we're green. Here they come down Thunder Alley, roaring along on this Christmas Season 4 AOTT. Into the turn they go. And you can see Sweats just so good at not losing that momentum, but D. Wheeler's right with him. And that's going to be about a tire-length victory for Sweats and Gravedigger. Tough break for Carolina Crusher and D. Wheeler. As you can see that he really wanted it bad. So unfortunately for D. Wheeler, his racing night comes to an early in that Carolina Crusher truck. I'm sure he's upset. But you know what? If you're going to go out against anybody, going out against Sweats and keeping it close is about all you can really ask for. As we get ready for our next bracket for round number 2, Amos Moses and Little 2 versus Northern Nightmare, Mile Proto. Both of these drivers have looked incredibly strong tonight. Mile Proto hasn't been the best in racing all season long. He's been consistent, but he hasn't been able to really keep that speed up to a point where he's picking up more wins, as where Amos Moses has been doing pretty damn well, actually picking up his first career racing win in the last event on Sunday. So he's coming into this feeling very confident as we get ready to go green. Both trucks screaming down Thunder Alley. Here they come. Dead even heading into the turn. It's always the turn that's going to decide who wins this. Amos Moses goes wide. Mile Proto stays close, and it's going to be Northern Nightmare. However, I'm getting word that Northern Nightmare has been given a 5-second penalty, which if this sticks will mean that Little's going on to the next round. Let's take a look at the replay here and see what happened with Northern Nightmare and Mile Proto as they come into that final turn. Proto looking really good, but if we zoom in, you can see the tire come into the out of bounds lane, and that's going to get him a 5-second penalty, giving Little Do a bit of an early Christmas gift as he's going to move on to the next round. So tough break for Mile Proto and Northern Nightmare, but good news for Little Do as he continues on. TRG versus Black Pearl, Tay2 Ballad in TRG versus Raisin Racer in Black Pearl. These guys have been going at it all season long. Black Pearl having a much higher winning percentage than the rookie Tay2 Ballad in TRG, but I'll tell you what, Tay has looked incredibly strong on this track, but you can never underestimate Raisin. This guy just seems to be able to pull out victories left and right as they get lined up, staged, and ready to go green. And we're off. Here they come, roaring down Thunder Alley. It's all going to come down to the turn. Tay looks like he has a bit of a lead heading into that turn, but he does not break in time as Black Pearl is going to be able to pull out a tight one against Tay2 Ballad in that TRD. Tough break for Tay. He laid down a good pass, but it just wasn't enough to take down the crafty veteran. As we look at the replay, you can see the momentum that Black Pearl's able to keep heading into that turn, and that is the key to the victory for Black Pearl and the difference of a couple hundredths of a second finish between the trucks, as Black Pearl's going to be moving on to the semifinals. Tough break for Tay, but he should be proud of his appearance here tonight. As we get ready for our next round 2 race, Time Flies against Son of a Digger. Evil Nexus looking to take out both Time Flies trucks. Time Flies and Helton, though, looking to try to do something to get vengeance for Evil Nexus taking out the other Time Flies truck in L. Wheeler in round number 1. So you could see that maybe Team Time Flies is going to be looking for a bit of retribution in this match. Although I will say that in practice, Helton was really enjoying that red lane, and now Nexus has put him in the green lane. I think this is a bit of strategy on Son of a Digger's part, as Nexus accidentally deep stages. When you deep stage, what happens is the lights will flicker. You only get one opportunity. If he deep stages again, that will have him disqualified. So it's something he's definitely going to want to be focused on, not accidentally making a mistake and getting disqualified before you even get a chance to race. So you'll see these trucks reset now. This is how Monster Jam currently runs their racing. As Nexus is going to pull up, you're going to see that light show that he is pre-staged. Now, Time Flies is going to pre-stage next. Once he pre-stages, they're going to be ready to stage. So you see that both trucks now pre-staged and staged, ready to go. Here we go, waiting for green. Round 2 action. Time Flies versus Son of a Digger. Down Thunder Alley they come. Time Flies with a bit of a lead. Into the turn they come. Nexus turns early, and Time Flies is in trouble. And that's going to be a win for Son of a Digger. Unfortunately, Helton has a history of these mistakes in big moments in World Finals, and unfortunately that old habit has died hard, as that beautiful Time Flies truck with the white walls will be back in freestyle, but unfortunately that will end the racing night for both Time Flies truck. First, Son of a Digger took out El Wheeler, then takes out Helton. I guess time really does fly when you're racing Son of a Digger. As we get ready for our first semi-final race here, Sweats has taken out Sunday Driver after Sunday Driver. It was almost like when he qualified, he did it strategically to take out the top Sunday racers that could potentially go on to win this thing, as he's got his target set now on Amos Moses, who was the 3rd place points holder for Sunday Tour. Has looked good. He did get a gift in the last round with Mile Proto making a mistake and getting a 5-second penalty, but he's not going to be able to have that expectation going against Sweats, as Sweats is such a good driver. As we go green, here they come down Thunder Alley. Gravedigger with a bit of a lead. Into the turn they come, and Amos Moses overdoes it, and that's going to be an easy win for Gravedigger. That rookie mistake, maybe the fact that he was racing Sweats, just got in his head. He knew he had to throw it down hard and just went into that turn with just a little bit too much speed, ending Amos Moses' racing night. But he will be back to compete for third place. So let's get ready for our other semifinal match. You see how the bracket shaked out, as Son of a Digger is going to be going up against Black Pearl, 2 top Saturday drivers, as the last Sunday driver was eliminated. Now, these guys do have a history of being World Finals contenders, always pushing towards the end, and I'm sure that Evil Nexus would love nothing more than to make it into the finals of racing, as they both pre-stage, both trucks getting staged. Which Saturday driver is going to be going on to the finals to take on Sweats? And we're green. Here they come down Thunder Alley. Both trucks looking very strong. Black Pearl with a bit of a lead. Into the turn they go. Nexus does a bit of a stumble, and that's going to be enough for Black Pearl to take the win. Nexus was closing fast. Unfortunately for him, it was too little too late, as Black Pearl is going to be going on to face Sweats, who he has not been able to get a win over all season long. This is his last opportunity to do so. However, before we get to that race, we have to decide who is going to be in 3rd place. So we have a race now between Son of a Digger versus Amos Moses, the rookie versus the veteran. And I'm sure that Amos Moses is going to be looking for a big opportunity here to get 3rd in racing, which would be a huge place final for a rookie season, as he's looked good all year. But Nexus, also the crafty veteran, is going to be looking to stop him, as both trucks are in the lanes that they like. So this should be a good race. Both drivers pre-staged, ready to go. They are now staged and waiting for green. This is for 3rd place. Amos Moses versus Son of a Digger. And we're green. Here they come, roaring down Thunder Alley. Who's going to be 3rd place in World's Finals? Amos Moses has a bit of a lead. Into the turn they go. Nexus keeps it tight. Amos Moses has got the momentum, though, and that's going to be a big-time win for Little 2 and Amos Moses. What a rookie season in racing for Amos Moses, able to finish in 3rd place. Nexus and Son of a Digger is going to be your 4th place finalist for racing. As we get ready for the final race of the evening, this is your World Finals Championship race. And these two drivers are no strangers to one another. Raisin Racer out of New York in that Black Pearl, taking on Sweats from North Carolina. Sweats only 2 losses on the entire season, none of them coming at the hands of Black Pearl. This has been that monkey on Black Pearl's back that he's not been able to overcome yet. Will he be able to do that here and now in World Finals? Both drivers staged and ready to go green. Here they go down Thunder Alley. This is for it all, folks. Sweats has a bit of a lead coming into the turn, but he's in a new lane. And Sweats gets close to that line, but I think he was okay, and that's going to be a big-time win for Gravedigger and Sweats. Boy, I gotta tell you, it's so hard to shake a man when he is as hot as Sweats has been. His 2nd year in a row winning World Finals Racing. So congratulations to your World Finals Racing winner, Gravedigger, driven by Sweats, your current racing champion, defending, reigning heavyweight champion of AODT Racing, Sweats. Let's take a look one more time, though, to see if Sweats did stay in that line. As we get close here, you watch that tire, and he's able to ride that line just perfect enough to pick up the win. So Black Pearl's going to have to try again next season to dethrone the racing champion. As Sweats and Gravedigger has had a monumental season. Nobody's been able to stop this man. He's had 2 losses and countless amounts of wins. So you can understand why I was frustrated when I had him in round number 1. You're asking to do something that happens very rarely, and that's a Sweats L. As you can see him celebrating his all-out destruction tour, back-to-back World Finals Racing champion. And you can see he's just having a good time as he throws the truck into the pool. And we're going to have to get that cleaned up before we get ready for freestyle. So again, congratulations to all the racers tonight. Everybody put out a big-time effort, and feelings do get hurt. As hopefully next season, I don't know what I could do next season to try to do better. But I tell you what, when you get put up against the top racer in the first round every single event, you're going to have a rough year. And while I'm a rookie and I do think I'm pretty fast, I don't think I had it. But congratulations again to Gravedigger and Sweats as we get ready for World Finals Freestyles. We take a look at those final run times, putting down a 15.6 to pick up a win, which wouldn't have even been a top qualifying spot. But you know what? That's what happens in racing sometimes. As we get ready for World Finals Freestyle, these trucks will have 2 minutes to impress the judges. So who's going to take home the World Finals Freestyle Championship? We already crowned our racer tonight, and we're going to start things off with the girl who wasn't even really supposed to even be here tonight. I wasn't even supposed to be here today. A little Clerks reference for you. Elle Wheeler in Time Flies, here by pure luck, and she's going to be out here looking to dazzle the judges and lay it down out of Fenton, Michigan. Of course, the wife of Carolina Crusher driver D. Wheeler. It's a family affair, and she's coming out here hoping to really do something to show why she should have been here in the first place. As she's going to start off with a little jump there, and then gets herself in a little bit of trouble on that kicker, but she's able to save it, pull it back down. Remember, you got to get to at least 30 seconds in your run to be considered for a score. As D. Wheeler is going to get some air off of that big jump in the center there over the AODT logo. Now remember, she didn't get much time to practice, as she didn't even know she was going to be here in this event. And she's going to be heading to the back, which I believe is an illegal move. We'll see if that affects her score or not, but it looks like she's coming out for something big. Coming down Thunder Alley, roaring, and she's about to send it big time for freestyle. And oh no, she's in big time trouble as she's gonna get shut off just for the safety of the driver. And she left a lot of time on the clock, so the score for Elle Wheeler, 5.5. Not exactly lighting the world on fire, but you know what? She out here, she sent it world finals style, and you gotta love that. You gotta appreciate it. As we keep things moving right along with Chicken from Flint, Michigan. Help me put together the intro as he sends it big time to start his runoff. Shatters the front of that truck, but he seems to be okay other than that. Chicken trying to make a statement here in freestyle as he worked harder than most people to get here in LCQ. As he throws out a nice backflip, not holding back. Lands a little on the side, but that's okay. Seems like he's in good shape as he's gonna just go wild in that Gravedigger truck. We have two Gravediggers competing here tonight. One from the Sunday Tour, one from the Saturday Tour. So Chicken has had freestyle wins and racing wins as he's going to smack that chassis down, but looks like he's okay. They don't shut him off. Back up over the big step up. Just having a good time here in the snow on this Christmas AODT freestyle. Into a donut. Back up the straightaway. Just having a good time here. He's got to watch those presents. He doesn't want to get shut off for hitting the wall. Up over the bus. And he's having a good time out here, lighting it up for the fans. This is what we wanted to see. As he's just sending that truck every which way. Oh no, he's in trouble. And he's going to roll that thing over nice and easy. Whether that was intentional or not, it's anybody's guess. But Chicken, nice crossover. Coming back down the straightaway. He's going to set up for another jump here. Over the pool. Doing a nose wheelie into the pool, out of the pool. Good stuff by Chicken, just sending it every which way. Just having a good time. This is what burning it down looks like, folks. As he's going to do a big jump and end it there. And I think what happened is he ran out of gas. He still had his racing setup, so he didn't have a lot of fuel and just enough. 8.30 though, regardless of him losing fuel, he did a great job in that run. So Chicken, your new points leader in freestyles. We go from one Gravedigger to another. This time it's Gravedigger the Legend, driven by Electric Sins. One last chance qualifying to get his appearance here tonight out of Houston, Texas. This man has been started off the season as an absolute stud on Sunday, then had some real life stuff go on, had to miss a few events, and then had to play catch up, but was able to do his thing in LCQ. As it takes a lot to phase Electric Sins. This guy is very cool under pressure, and he's gonna start it off big time with a massive air. And he cases that kicker, and it seems like not a whole lot of damage done to the truck. And he's going to jump that racing jump, just looking for his next target, next hit. Again, Electric Sins was leading Sunday Tour for the first few events, as he was untouchable. Then got complacent, had some things go on in real life, couldn't show up to a lot of events. That dropped him in the points a lot. Which is why he has an early appearance here tonight. The way that the slots were picked were by your season average for freestyle. But don't get it twisted. Electric Sins knows what he's doing. He knows what the judges are looking for. As he gets hung up on that car. A little Beamng issue for you right there, folks. Sometimes cars just do not play nice with the trucks, as you saw there. And weird things do happen, but not enough to affect his run as he's going to step it up right there. Gravedigger the Legend putting together a nice solid run here. Nice little stylish jump over the double there. Spinning it around. Going for a backflip as he enters bonus time. So far, Electric Sins looking real good as he gets set up for something here. Goes for a big jump. Doesn't quite get it. Hits the back there. But he's still in control of the truck. It might hurt him in style points, though. And another case as he's rolling that thing every which way. Can he save it? Yeah, into a nice sidewall. Impressive save for Electric Sins, as that's going to wrap up his time here. What are the judges thinking? 8.10, not enough for first place, but a great run and a great showing by Gravedigger the Legend, Electric Sins in freestyle. As we get ready for our next freestyle competitor, it's Carolina Crusher, driven by D. Wheeler out of Fenton, Michigan. One of the few Saturday drivers to have to go early tonight because he did have a big-time DNF during one of the events, which I think lowered his point score. DNFs can absolutely kill your average as he comes out big. Lighting it on fire to get things started, Carolina Crusher and D. Wheeler. D. Wheeler started off the season missing 2 events, so he had to play catch-up. Him and his wife, in Time Flies, had to play catch-up all season long. As he likes to point out that his truck looks more like USA 1 this season than mine did, because that's typically my truck. He likes to have a bit of fun, poking fun at me, but next season, we'll get the real USA 1 out there, as this Carolina Crusher imposter is no USA 1. But Wheeler is still a great driver. Never will take that away from him. Nice jump over the double there. That driver's having a lot of fun with that double. Up over the backflip. Over the obstacles, gets himself in a bit of trouble, but he's able to save it, pulls it around, keeps himself cool. Driving that 70 Chevy C10. Hits the jump backwards. Oh, he had an opportunity for a nose wheelie there, but he ignores it, goes straight. Not much technical tricks here, but overall keeping the energy up, throwing it every which way as he's going to run over his hood. That bus. Guy's having a lot of fun with that bus tonight. Carolina Crusher about to head into bonus time, and he throws out a backflip. Came into that backflip a little fast, but it didn't seem to affect the truck at all. Those racehorse chassis can take a lot of damage. As he hits that step-up jump. 15 seconds remaining for Carolina Crusher. So he's going to have to throw out something big here if he wants to get a big lead. And he hits that big-time double. Looking good. Oh, no. And that's going to end his run with about 5 seconds left on the clock. 8.23 for Wheeler and Carolina Crusher. Nice showing. Not enough for first place, but enough for a top part finish. So we get ready for our next Sunday driver. He's in his element here, folks. Chillin' Villain in the cold. We've been waiting all season long for a snow map. Cryo Wolf out of Fresno, California, in that Chillin' Villain truck. That Hot Wheels toy that never actually made it into a truck, but Chillin' Villain's been making it his own all season long in that PI chassis as he gets ready to try to light up the world. What better place for Chillin' Villain to do his thing than in the snow on Christmas? As he comes on down the straightaway, showing off his beautiful truck with the underglow on it. You don't see very many PEIs with underglow, but it looks good on that truck. Bit of a Chevy Tahoe look to it. I'm not exactly sure what model of car or vehicle this is. It does look like an SUV. As Chillin' Villain's going to get started with a big double. Hits it nicely. Nice looking double to start off Chillin' Villain's run. Up over the cars. Now, Chillin' Villain in racing this season has had his moments where he's really shined. And in freestyle, he hasn't had the luck he's had in racing, as he has had a habit of coming out too fast and just crushing that truck. The thing with PEI, as we've mentioned before, is just how brittle these chassis are. They're great for racing, but they're very, very stubborn in freestyle. And if you land the wrong way, you could destroy that truck very, very easily. So Chillin' Villain doing the smart thing and coming out, being a bit conservative to get started so that he could fill clock and then probably turn up the temperature a bit at the second half of his run. As you see Chillin' Villain getting ready to line up something on the big jump there. Not as much air as we've seen other competitors get, but again, throwing down a pretty solid run. If I was Chillinville, no, I definitely would try to turn up the temperature and throw out something like that. I don't even know what that was. He took the backflip jump at an angle, and it ended up working out really well for him. That was a pretty incredible jump there for Chillinville. Now, Chillinville did pick up a freestyle win this season in his last appearance. As again, he's just being safe. He's got bonus time now, so if it's time to turn up the temperature, and it's exactly what he does, is he does some strange type of spin-a-rooney on top of that jammer into a donut. 10 seconds remaining for Chillin' Villain. Is he going to end it on the donut, or is he going to send this thing? And he's indeed going to send it up on the tabletop, and that's going to be it for Chillin' Villain. Cryowolf looking good with an 8.26 as well. So the rookies showing up tonight in this World Final Season 4 AODT event in the snow for Christmas time as we get ready for Rod Orion K-Strips out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Has had a few freestyle wins this season as he comes out blazing, loses a front tire. We'll see if that's going to affect his run moving forward. So far, the truck seems to still be handling okay, so it might be okay on his end as he's going to head for those cars. And he's in trouble early. And is it going to go? It does! They're going to let him fire back up. So Rod Ryan will get that time back. As you see, the clock still moving, but they will add time to his run. So right here would be where the clock would restart. So about 10 more seconds to his run than you're seeing live now. As he's just trying to do some interesting things with that truck. That truck in a bad shape as it is beat to hell. Still able to throw out a pretty big double in that Rod Ryan truck, but you can see the steering is definitely causing him some serious problems here. But you gotta admire his attitude and his never say die commitment as he does get in the bonus time. I believe the clock was fixed. Just having all kinds of trouble with that truck right now. That truck is not in good shape at all. And that's going to be it for Rod Ryan's show as he comes down on the chassis, and they're going to shut him down for safety reasons. So 7.63 for Rod Ryan. Probably not the showing you would have liked, but you know what? He gave the crowd a show, and that's what we're out here to really do at the end of the day. Yeah, you could say you want to be a winner, but you know what? If you really want to impress the fans, destroy your truck. As we get ready for our next freestyle contestant, which is going to be Time Flies, driven by Helton, who does have a freestyle win on the year, but due to missing an event, he's going a little earlier this year than he probably would like, as he's going to throw out a little bit of Run Run Rudolph in the spirit of the holidays. And I've got to tell you, that Time Flies truck looking real good with the white walls. And he gets himself in a bit of trouble to start things off, but he's able to pull it back down and put it on all four. The all blacked out Time Flies looking so good. Helton, one of our top drivers over on Sunday, probably disappointed with his racing performance tonight, so he's going to let it fly in freestyle. Throws out a nice double. Up over the double there that a lot of drivers been seeming to have a good time with. Up over the backflip ramp. Going to turn it around and head back the way he came. Does the race ramp in reverse, which could be really hard on your axles. Big time jump for that beautiful Time Flies truck. I gotta say, out of all the paint jobs I've seen on it, this one's probably my favorite, which is probably why I saved it for World Finals. There's another big air. Clips a little bit. Can he save it? Oh, he taps the wall, but it looks like they're discussing right now whether or not they're going to let him refire. Because when you do hit the wall, it does immediately cut off your truck. But it looks like they're going to let him fire back up, so the time will start again when he hits the jump. And there it is, 50 seconds left in Helton's run, as he's just having a good time, living the holiday dream, a little run, Rudolph. You should put some red lights on the front of that trunk. You really be living the Rudolph lifestyle. With bonus time for Time Flies has just begun, and he's gonna throw up a nice nose wheelie and throwing it back and forth, just showing off his skills with his ability to control that truck. And there's a backflip on our jump that we don't typically see backflips on, so A for creativity. Into another nose wheelie, rides it backwards in a moonwalk. And he's going to finish his run with a donut, so great run for Helton, and Time Flies. He may have been hurt a bit. 8.33, that's going to put him in the top spot as your new leader. You wonder if he would have got a little bit of a higher score if he didn't touch that wall. Now it's time for me, ladies and gentlemen, in Bigfoot, in the 50th anniversary Bigfoot, to come on out and show you what I got. I went with the My Chemical Romance cover of All I Want for Christmas. There I'm E.G. lately out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, driving the Bigfoot 50th anniversary. Obviously, I'm driving the 50th anniversary because it's 50 years of monster truck brilliance done by the Bigfoot team. And on the back tailgate, I put rest in peace Dan Runte, because we tragically lost him this year. One of the best drivers to ever do it. A legend, a pioneer in monster truck racing through the 90s, and an absolute heartbeat of the Bigfoot team. If you don't believe me, just go look at YouTube videos from people who've gone to Bigfoot. Dan Runte's always there, always helping out, knows how to get all the trucks started. From Bigfoot 4 to the current day Bigfoot. The man's an absolute legend, and very sad to see that he tragically lost his life this year. So I couldn't think of a better truck to run for World Finals than the 50th anniversary edition of Bigfoot. The truck that started it all. And you can see me just trying to keep that truck down on all fours. Very bouncy. And there we go, going backwards to show off that Dan Runte logo that you can see in the intro. Oh no, I'm in trouble. I gotta figure out a way to pull it back over. And I'm able to pull it back over just barely in time, or else they were gonna cut me off. So it looks like they're gonna let me fire back up and continue my run. That was a close one, folks, as I have trouble getting that truck started. This is Bigfoot 18 I'm running here with the replicated 70s body that you saw on the original Bigfoot 1. Absolutely adore the look of this truck. Fortunately, I lost the tailgate with rest in peace Dan Runte, but you know what? He would have expected me to burn it down, you know? Tailgate or not. 15 seconds remaining. I gotta throw out something big here. And I land hard, but I'm able to save it. 5 seconds left on the clock. Trying to go for the backflip. And I lose the front tires into the pole. But finishing big time with a score of 8. Oh, I feel like that's a little bit low. But you know what? I'm just glad to be here at World Finals, throwing it down and having a good time and representing the Bigfoot team and all they've done for the sport. Keeping things going here, we got Wolf's Head, driven by Thomas, one of our best Sunday freestylers, coming out to throw it down for Teams Wolf's Head. They've had an interesting year with having multiple drivers on Saturday. Thomas out of Staunton, Virginia. Wolf's Head's picked up wins on Saturday with a driver named H3, but he did one event and then disappeared. So Lord knows what happened to the Saturday Wolf's Head. Floof exiting the sport. So Thomas, the only Wolf's Head driver left. And he's looking to show it down with an interesting song choice as he just destroys that front end. Not a typical run you'd see from Thomas. Normally he's very tactical, very technical, and he just looks like he's kind of just throws a van into the stands there. He says, let's get that van out of here. I didn't like it anyway. Thomas just absolutely doing the most insane run for World Finals I've seen him do this year. But that van had me laughing pretty hard as he just basically threw it out of the arena somehow. Beam doing beam stuff, and no, Thomas hits the wall. And that's going to shut him down with about a minute on the clock. I don't think they're going to let him refire. States in the rules that if you hit the wall, you're automatically shut off, but it does depend on how hard you hit the wall. And with World Finals, we are a bit more loose and fast with the rules so that people can get their runs in. As it looks like they're going to let Thomas get back to destroying that truck. He said, guys, I still have way more of this truck to destroy. I don't think you realize how much truck is left here for me to take care of. As Thomas just throws it in reverse, now smashes into the backflip ramp. Thomas, there goes the front wheel, just rips it off on the backflip ramp. Joe's head on into the bus and just smashes into it. Since he has no front tires, just smashes into that bus. Now he's stuck on it, trying to get off. He's off. Probably the craziest run I've seen in World Finals so far, Thomas. Now he does have extra time that you see on that clock. And that's going to be it for Thomas. They're going to shut him off. 7.26 for Thomas. In what can only be said to be one of the most interesting runs I've ever seen in World Finals. Getting ready next for Little Do and Amos Moses. What can we say about Little Do? The guy has been an absolute all-star all season long. He's had his ups and downs, but mainly ups. Out of Newport, North Carolina, Little Do runs... His family runs their own track down in North Carolina, so he is doing this stuff in real life, that Amos Moses truck based off his real-life mud truck, as he's going to start off with a bit of a custom song. So let's see what Little Do has for us as he comes down Thunder Alley. And oh no, Little Do! Amos Moses hits the kicker, goes a little wide, snags the wall, and that's going to wrap up his run. That is a tragedy. Let's watch the replay again. Let's see what exactly happened here, as he didn't look like he was even going fast. So he hits the jump, and then the truck just somehow manages to get flipped up and then stuck into the wall. I don't know if that was a glitch or what happened, but darn tragedy for Little Do, who's had so much luck this season. It looks like it ran out right there, as he's going to have a short run as we get ready for Mile Proto in Lord Minster, Alberta, Canada, driving that Northern Nightmare truck. He should be right at home in the snow here, as he did change up the color of the truck for the event. Again, though, going back to what happened with Little Do, I think he had a lot of trouble with that truck, and that's what happened. You know, when these things are live, anything can happen, and these events are taped live. So, you know, unfortunately, the rules are rules, and they can't let them go. As we get ready to focus on Mile Proto, who, again, did well in racing tonight, got to the second round, won his race, but lost the battle as he picked up a 5-second penalty, shatters the front end of that truck. So if you see the truck hovering, that's because there's still a wheel on the truck itself. I could reset it, but then the truck damage would go away, and for y'all's sake, I like to show you what these guys do to the truck for the continuity, as he's just pushing the front end of that truck around. But you can see all types of problems happening for Mile Proto, and he's going to roll it there with a minute into his run. Tough break for Mile Proto and Northern Nightmare. Northern Nightmare score coming in, and that's going to be a 6.06 for Mile Proto. Not the run he was looking for. But again, it's the story of life. Sometimes things just don't seem fair. As that truck broke early for him, as we get ready for TRD Tacoma, driven by Tay2 Valid out of St. Louis, Missouri. Tay, a bit of a journeyman this rookie season. He's had his ups and downs. He did pick up a win as he gets stuck on the hill. I'm not exactly sure what he was doing. It doesn't look like they're going to count that as a hit, though. So now he's coming around to the front. He's going to back it up onto the jump. I think maybe he's looking to start with a nose wheelie. Oh, he backs up again, then he gets stuck again. It looks like he's going to try to throw out. No, and that's going to start his run. So I think he was looking for a nose wheelie to start his run off, and it just didn't happen for him. So he says, F it, I'm just going to send it. And he does. Also running white wall tires. Those look pretty damn good on the truck. TRD looking real fresh tonight. I've never seen a Toyota look so good, especially in freestyle, as he looks like he's a bit discombobulated. I'm wondering if his truck not working well. And he does a bicycle. He's got to watch that wall. That was close for Tay, but he's able to pull it back, and now he just flies. Tay, wild man Tay out here just setting that truck every which way. And Tay, oh no! Watch out, folks! Tay hits the jump and he's into the wall, and that's going to shut him down as he almost gets up into the crowd. 4.9. Good run for Tay, I guess. I mean, short and sweet. Not what he was looking for, but entertaining as hell to watch, I gotta say. As we get ready for Wildside, Mr. Luna out of Houston, Texas. Wildside had a hell of a World Finals this season, and I think that he's going to be looking to do the same thing in this Wildside truck. Had a rough time in racing tonight, but looking to get back on track in freestyle as Mr. Luna and Wildside in that beautiful Chevy truck comes flying down Thunder Alley. He's going to send it big time to start this. Lands hard right in the center of the AODT. Oh no, he's in trouble. And he almost had it back over. One hit quit for Wildside in World Finals. That's going to be a DNQ for Mr. Luna. Tough break for Lunatic as he had everything going for him. You know what's World Finals, though? You send it. You send it without regard. As you hear the music, this man won racing tonight, looking to double up in World Finals sweats. North Carolina, he's going to come out, send it, not as hard as Wildside did, but he did more strategical to try to double that jump. And Sweats, what can be said about this guy? He is the king of the mountain. He is the top of the leaderboard consistently, the racing man himself, which is why I call him king of the castle. You want to be the king of the castle? Dethrone this man, and then I'll consider it. Again, the thing about Sweats is that he just does not get phased. He always rises to the occasion. It doesn't seem like big-time races bother him, and I think that's why he's able to keep his head straight and just be Cool Hand Luke about everything. That's what I should call him, King of the Castle, Cool Hand Luke, because this man doesn't get rattled. As you see him just going out trying to get something going here a bit. Oh my god, he's in trouble. Sweats is in trouble, and he rolls it over. That was not something I expected to see. Sweats rolls it over, ends his run early, but you know what? It's still the racing champion, and you can't take that away. 6.76 for Sweats and Gravedigger. Interesting finish to Sweats' freestyle. I was not expecting that one. So we get ready for the other top racer in the league, Black Pearl, driven by Raisin Racer. He puts it in his names, folks, because he likes to race. He likes to race people. He likes to do freestyle. This man has not won a World Finals event yet in his 4 seasons here, but he's won points championships like it ain't no thing. And I think that he's going to be looking to lay down a huge run. Racing Racer 22 out of New York, driving that Black Pearl Racehorse chassis tonight. He abandoned PEI. I kept it. I stuck with it. Raisin elected to go Racehorse. Let's see if it pays off for him, as he's going to probably throw out something big in that Black Pearl truck. Starts off a little jump there. Big double. Nice move for Raisin Racer as he slingshots past the jump, hits the double, clears it perfectly. And some big air there for him. Up over the AODT World Finals logo. If you watch Raisin, he runs so cleanly. He knows exactly where his next hit's going to be, and he does not hesitate to get there. Perfect shot over the double. Big jump there for Raisin. Into a slap wheelie. The man's so smooth, rarely gets in trouble on his freestyle runs. Although he did case there a little bit. I haven't seen anything major yet from Raisin, as he just kind of is moving that truck around, just hitting obstacles. Hitting the double again. He likes to hit that jump. He hits it perfect. He's heading into bonus time. Bit of a crossover there. 25 seconds left for Raisin. Here comes the backflip. Into a wheelie. Nice move for Raisin. Anything big to finish this run off. And he throws it into the corner there. And that's an 8.6. That's your new leader, folks. I gotta be honest, big controversial thing to say here, but I don't think that was a first place run. It was clean. It was a good run. I'm not taking anything away from Raisin. I personally, though, thought that, you know, there was a couple better runs that just threw out some bigger tricks. It's World Finals, folks. Look at Nexus's truck. This is what it's all about. You got to throw out big, take chances. I don't feel like Raisin took many chances. Yes, his run was clean. It was sturdy. It was sound. But I don't know. That's just my opinion, folks. You let me know in the comments what you think. As we're going to see Nexus here come on out and try to dethrone the current leader, Black Pearl, as he heads back up the Thunder Alley. Must be planning something interesting here to start his runoff. So it goes from Christmas music to his traditional song. You hear the bells kicking in. Here comes AC/DC, folks. And here comes Evil Nexus, sending it big. So that's what you do, folks. That's what I'm expecting to see in World Finals, is big jumps like that. Although he did get himself off center a little bit. I don't think he wanted to end up where he did, but tries to bring it around again. He's gonna go big over this jump. Might get myself a little in trouble for my opinion on Black Pearl being in the lead, but you know what? I just gotta call it the way I see it. I didn't, you know, it didn't have anything that really blew my mind. That's all I could say. As Nexus hits the step up into a nose wheelie. See, that's the kind of shit I like to see right there. That is what I want to see in freestyle. As Nexus keeps that truck going in that beautiful custom son of a digger truck with the holiday vibe, with the holiday lights on it. You gotta love it. Hanging off the side there. And there's Nexus into another nose wheelie. Doesn't quite stick it that way, but he's looking good. As this is our final truck of the night. Nexus in Son of a Digger. He's heading into bonus time. Big time step up there for Nexus. And he gets himself a little wild over the double. Just completely reckless abandon there. He throws out a nice backflip too. 7 seconds left in his run as he goes from backflip to moonwalk. Impressive stuff by Nexus. 1 second left. And he just sends the truck. And he breaks it. big time run for Nexus isn't enough for first place. 8.50, no, 1 point shy. Now, I feel like this is going to be a bit controversial, but I felt like that was a first place run right there, you know? But that's just my opinion. I feel like someone got robbed tonight. But you know what? With that said, congratulations to Raisin Racer, your freestyle winner. That's why racing cannot be opinionated. It is pure start line, finish line. You cannot debate the results other than penalties. As Nexus is going to finish up tonight. He made one hell of a last-ditch effort to take first place. Now, you let me know in the comments who should have won freestyle. In my opinion, you know, I don't think the right guy won. I love Raisin. I think he's an amazing driver. And we're still going to celebrate him as a champion. But you let me know if the judges got it right in the comments. As congratulations to our World Finals Freestyle Champion, Black Pearl Raisin Racer 22. This has been Season 4. We're closing things up. I want to wish you guys all a very Merry Christmas. And with that, enjoy. Happy New Year. AODT out. We'll see you guys in Season 5. And watch out for a couple of highlight videos of the best of that may appear between now and then. I'll see you guys later. I'm EG Lately, your host, saying see ya, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year.